Hi everyone, thank you very much for coming back to the channel to watch the videos, listen, and I hope that you're benefiting from these videos, you guys. Thank you so much. You're all loved and appreciated and welcome here, wherever you are from, whatever your background is. This channel is open to everyone without any prejudice or discrimination, whatever religion you are, whatever race you are, whatever it is really. No judgment here, no judgment is passed towards anyone, and nobody is treated differently here. Thank you so much. Come in, you guys, come on in, have a seat. Let's talk about this important herb. Okay, now we are gonna talk about sesame seeds today. As I've always said, you guys, mention the name of God with everything that you use, and God alone. Do not attach any other energies to your herbs, because they can give you a result, but it will not be as perfect as the result God will give you, and not as big and not as lasting either. There is a lot that you miss out on when you don't mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or God the Most High, which is, Allah is just a word that means the Most High. It has existed before any of the Abrahamic religions have come. And it's an Arabic word, and it means the Most High Power, or the God, the Most High God actually. Now, the sesame seeds are very powerful, okay, and especially when you use them with the Quran. As you know from the channel, that the Quran activates these items on a molecular level. When you read the Quran on them, they get activated and they give you results, okay? And the stronger your faith in what you are doing, the stronger your belief, the stronger and quicker your results will be, okay? If you know about the law of attraction, if you believe in something, if you believe in it, it's more likely that you will have it. And the more positive you are, the more positivity you will attract yourself, okay? The more negative you are, the more negativity will you attract. And the purpose of you attracting negativity is not to hurt a person, it's to just help them elevate their energy to a more pure one, and a believer's energy. So they get tested so that they believe. They get tested again and again, and things go, in a way that is not what they desire, so that they are put in that place where they need to elevate themselves, okay, and operate in an energy of love as opposed to an energy of fear. Most of the problems in the world wouldn't happen if someone didn't say no, right? So that no word is very powerful word. You have to say no when things don't agree with you and you don't want them, but this rejection has to be based on something, on a solid foundation. We don't just say no because of no, or to look more powerful, or to make another person look less powerful or less strong. We say no to prevent harm to others and to ourselves. That is the basic idea. That's the only time when no will be actually beneficial, okay? So from our teaching there's a lot of wisdom, so I try and share some with you here as I'm guided throughout the videos, so that you guys probably agree with me. So thank you so much for listening. So the sesame seeds are one of the most blessed seeds in the world. They are everywhere on bread buns. If you go to places like the Middle East and the Levant, North Africa and East Africa, you will find that the sesame seeds are every day you get you have contact with sesame seeds somehow. Okay, so there's oil. Even when we go to places like Morocco, North Africa, or in, say, East Africa, in Sudan, in Egypt, these places, Saudi Arabia, anywhere, the Levant, you find sesame oil and sesame seeds are parts of every daily life of people. So sesame seeds are physically, they are very good. Sesame oil, okay. Let's talk about sesame oil briefly, because this one is quite important. So sesame oil is very good for the skin. It's very good for, talk about the physical attributes, it's very good for the hair and the beard. It reverses grey hair, it turns grey hair into black hair. And I will give you a recipe for this here. You mix sesame seeds with a drop of ginger oil and 2 drops of rosemary oil, okay, in a little bit of olive oil or castor oil or whatever you use, okay. But you can use the sesame seed itself, oil, and just add ginger and rosemary oil to it. And if you use it for 6 months, you'll notice that the hair that was once white, if you struggle with that kind of thing, is turning to black, okay. And many people don't know that. Okay, they don't know that you can use sesame oil to turn hair into black, white hair into black, or even darken blonde hair, okay, or darken other color hair colors, okay. If that's something that you want to do for a change, yeah, or you like the darker hair colors. So sesame seed is also an anti-inflammatory, okay, so it deals with all kinds of inflammations and infections in the body. It is very good for the heart when you consume it internally in moderation. So say like you eat a teaspoon of sesame seeds every day, or like a teaspoon of the oil every other day, you'll find that you are less likely to get diabetes, less likely to get illnesses like diabetes and like heart disease, because it reduces the cholesterol. It's one of the things that is known to reduce cholesterol. So do your research on that and talk to your doctor before using any kind of herbal supplement, and take responsibility for your own health. So use it only if you like it and you want it. Don't just use it because you heard it on a video. Okay, but it does do that, okay. It has many other physical health benefits. There is a very long list for the physical benefits. It's very good for the skin. It reverses, some people believe that it reverses aging, like the aging process, so people appear younger, and other people use it for their teeth and gums. It's very good for that. It helps in lowering blood pressure. It helps in treating inflammatory diseases, and it helps to fight stress and depression. It helps in maintaining good skin, like I said, and it acts as a natural sunscreen. Okay, so it's well known to provide protection from the UV light of the sun. Okay, and I don't know how it does that. Some people say that it turns the skin darker. My sister was saying that earlier. So she said that it turns the skin darker, but giving the person more melanin will mean that they will not age easily, right? Because they're protected from the rays of the sun. So now, the sesame seeds, spiritually speaking, sesame seeds are known to be, in our Sufi practices, okay, they have been famous for being the actual food of the spirits, be them good or bad. It feeds them somehow. It's their food, or food of some of the spirits. Especially the spirits that are positive. So negative spirits fear it greatly. So if you have something that you're working on and you scatter some sesame seeds on the counter that you're working on, it keeps negative energies at bay. Okay? So you can protect your spiritual work or yourselves. If you have a spiritual incense or an oil or something like that you want to protect from negativity, you feel there's too many people around or too many hands handle it and so on, put a couple of sesame seeds inside. These seeds are very small, but only 1 or 2 or 3 are enough, believe it or not, to do this. Okay, you don't need too much, okay? Just a tiny pinch. The other thing that sesame seeds do spiritually is that they attract abundance and prosperity. They attract financial prosperity, okay? Anything that is in use all over the world, like if you've seen the other videos about things that attract money, potatoes, like in the potato video, or I haven't done one about rice yet, but rice, for example, is known to attract money because it's in circulation throughout the world. So it's being bought and sold all around the world. So it's got the energy of money attached to it. So if you're working something for finances, put some sesame seeds in that mixture, okay? Some people burn sesame seeds before they start anything because they believe it removes negative energies when it's burned, and it attracts more power at the same time. So they have this ability of removing negativity and attracting abundance and good energies at the same time, okay? So they have these two things. Now if you you can use the oil. Say for example you use candles, you use things like that, perfumes and stuff like that. You can use the sesame oil to provide that oil with power to remove the negative things that are in the way of that oil achieving its result and in attracting in good things. The darker the sesame oil, the better, okay? Because this dark color, like I've mentioned before, the dark color absorbs negativity and then takes it and sends it elsewhere. That's why darker items in spirituality are considered powerful at times, or most of the time, for removing negativity. Okay? Like people will use black candles to remove obstacles, to remove negativity, to defend themselves. Okay? And they will wear black clothes to protect themselves from attack. If you know the Sayyid families, like our families, for example, the Sayyid families who are descended from the house of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have a lot of people who wear black. Okay, they were known in the olden days by the fact that they wore black. Okay, and this is known as the Sayyid's clothes. And the reason was that there were many reasons, cultural reasons for it, but also the secret knowledge behind it was that they removed negativity. Okay, the black absorbed the negativity, so the Sayyid people would not absorb negative energies like other people would. They are very more susceptible to absorbing negativity, so they need to be very protected. Many Sayyid people struggle throughout their lives and suffer a lot because they don't know about spirituality. Okay, and the fact is that negative energies will fight over them as well. And there's so much negativity around, so Sayyid people need to be protected. So if you have dark sesame seed oil and you put it in your skincare routine, it will definitely protect you from negativity and evil and from attack. Okay, any kind of attack, be it evil eye, be it black magic, be it just an ill will of people, negative intentions, or as such. You can carry the sesame seeds with you if you're going into a place where you don't know the spiritual background of, to protect yourself from negative energies that are there, okay, or from negative people many people will try and do things to people, okay, especially if you look good in appearance, or you look like you have money, or you look like you're someone who's going to be successful. They could try and do many things to you, okay, and they could try and steal your success and things like that. So one of the things that protect against that is sesame oil and sesame seeds, okay. Some people will a person before they're born, they know that they have a great destiny and they will steal that destiny. Okay, so in our traditions, the women, they use sesame oil a lot during their pregnancies on the skin. Okay, I don't know about consuming it internally, but I see them using sesame oil on their hair, on their skin a lot, and it has to be the dark kind. Okay, and that's to protect the destiny of the child that is being born, because Obviously, if we're from spiritual families, they know about the destiny of the child before the child is born. Okay, and they know that many people will try and have that destiny. Okay, and that will be, the longer the time passes, the longer protection and stuff like that gets stronger. Okay, if it's done properly. So when the child grows up and the mother, they use it they smother the children with it when they're born as well. in our family anyway. And when something like that is done to children, it goes into their skin and into their bones. You know, when they grow up to become, of course, they have nice skin and nice hair, but they have, mashallah, but they have also powerful spiritual protection, even if they are not spiritual, because not all of our kids will grow up to be spiritual. Some of them will grow up to reject it. Okay? And it's mentioned in the Quran, like all the children of Abraham, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, in the Quran it's mentioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they are special and gifted. And some of them will turn out to be good believers in God and in Judgment Day, which is the most important thing in any religion's eyes, including Islam, and it's mentioned in the Quran, okay? And believing that there is a God and so on. Or there will be other ones who are not believers in God, who are also children and descendants of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, or Abrahamic lineages. Okay, so both of them exist. So we always pray and say there's something, a steadfast prayer that we say, and my mother always used to say when I was young, that to us when she was praying over us and so on. She would say, I pray that you will be of the come of the loins of the good loins of Abraham, which is like may you be the good kind, the believer kind, the good kind. Okay, and many of them do actually, especially the Muslim or our other religions that are like good, like Christianity and so on. They end up being good people. Okay, so all religions that come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are good. Okay, only people create problems and issues and stuff like that. Okay, there's no such thing as one person being better than the other one, and that's mentioned in the Quran. Okay, so we should never operate. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides who's better and who's not. So to protect yourself and your children and so on from being if you are connected to such a lineage, you can wear dark colors and also incorporate sesame oil in your care routines, whether it's hair care, skin care, or so on. Combine that with the mention of name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the most important thing, connecting to the energy of the Most High God, and also with reading holy text, whatever your religion is. Even if you are not Muslim and you want this kind of protection, read your holy text and the things that you believe in, okay? Because the belief is the thing that triggers the brain into protecting it. And we as Muslims believe that when we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or in God the Most High, He Himself protects us with His own hands. Okay, so our protection is believed to be extremely powerful and foolproof, and I have seen it in my own life. People have tried to do things with me, but they've ended up in graves, okay, and their names have been forgotten, and their lineages have been cut off, okay, from the earth, completely. So they would go and disappear one by one. And I don't take pleasure in this, I don't like it, but it just happens because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the Most High God of the universe, has some people that people can't touch, and it's mentioned in the holy books is Quran, and also in the Bible and in the Torah and all of the holy books. Okay, there's people that the Christians will call them anointed, we would call them awliya. The word wali means the one who is closest to God. Okay, who is on daily basis, God is always with him and his energy. The one who prays 24/7 like we do. Anything we do, anything whatsoever, the whole day, every minute of the day, we will say a prayer. Okay, so people like us, we could be, inshallah, I hope and pray, awliya. Okay, and in the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir rahmanir rahim, Ala inna awliya Allah la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Which means the the ones who are closest to me, there be no fear upon them, and no sadness or sorrow will afflict them. Okay? Even if we get sad and sorrowful, it's a human trait, it gets resolved. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does things that make us feel happy and smile again. And this applies to anyone who is close to Him, not just me or a lineage or a family. Any person. Okay, and never judge a book by its cover. You can see people who look like they have nothing to do with what you hear about religion in the television or something like that, or even someone you'd find them drinking or find them doing something or whatever. Never judge them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might have a bigger place for them within Him, okay, in His eyes. So sesame oil is very good for that. Sesame oil is also good for comforting people during times of loneliness. And it does this by doing two things. The first thing is that it helps self-love. So it helps the person believe that they're enough, okay, at that moment, and that they are okay, and it helps open their eyes to the things that they are being protected from by being sheltered, okay, and not exposed to everyone or everything, okay. And the other way that it helps is by showing the person where they are causing this loneliness. Okay, so say someone says, I want a friend, or I want a lover, or I want something like that, but they do nothing about it. Nobody can help them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed that it's only أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وأن ليس للإنسان إلا ما سعى وأن سعيه سوف يرى صدق الله العظيم. So you find, for example, a man who is supposed to go towards a woman and make his love known to her. Okay, women don't usually do that naturally. Okay, so, and he withholds that because he's proud, because he thinks he's all that, or he's in his ego and so on. That will be the exact cause of his loneliness. Okay, it can also decrease fear and anxiety, especially with prayer, with the Quran. You need to, like I said, mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and read the Quran with these. Read Ayatul Kursi and Qul Huwallahu Ahad and Al-Mu'uzatain, okay, which are the last 3 surahs of the Quran, with any work that you do, okay, with these things. It will help the person open their eyes to situations that do not call for them to withdraw their energies. So if, say for example, today's world is very interesting in the fact that anyone that you can come into contact with can turn out to be a big problem, yeah? And that is something that is, so you have to have boundaries, healthy boundaries with people, okay? And you have to only let those in who prove themselves to you, okay? It will help the person see the truth about someone, if they are actually a cause for concern, or if they need to be scared of them, and they need to shut their doors and windows and lay in bed and cry all night because they're lonely. And then there's someone else who's really good and nice and wants to talk to them, wants to be with them, whether in love or in friendship, and it opens the person's eyes to the fact that this person is not actually a threat, man. You don't need to do this to her or to him, okay? And you need to just do the right thing so that you're not suffering all the time like this, okay? It's your doing, and it will help people also open up, and it comes sometimes in people's hands at times when they need to. I remember I had a friend when he was the kind of person who would never ever talk to any woman and never ever contact her and never talk to her, never approach a woman, never do this, never do that, because he believed that the women should chase him and stuff like that. He was very handsome, and then this woman was trying to make contact with him. When they come towards him, he runs, okay, and he never goes towards them. So how can you solve a problem like that? So my mom was joking with him. He was my friend. She said to him, get some sesame oil and pray on it every night. Read the Quran, Mu'uzatain on it, and then see what happens. So he went and got it, or sesame seeds as well. She said to him, I remember, sesame seeds or the oil, it doesn't matter, she said to him. She was very angry with him. So he went and got it, and then he could see that that woman wasn't actually a threat or trying to take anything from him or do anything to him. Okay? It also helps women when they do that to decide about which person to be with. Okay? So obviously there are the obvious things, the one who is there for her, the one who communicates with her the most, the one who comforts her at time of sorrow, the one who talks to her, the one who looks for her when she's not there, because women need to feel security. But there's other things, like for example the man who will spend more on her. Some women like that. Women like that obviously because it means security. Okay, so the man who shows her his love as well with his money, and is generous with her without her having to ask, because a genuine woman will be very proud. She will never ask someone, never ever. But I remember when my sister was in marriage age, a few years back, she had a lot of suitors, but she went with the one that was going to give her everything. He opened his heart and his hands to her, and that's the one she went for. Not the prettiest one, not the one with the most gossip, not the one with the best appearance or anything, just the one that was there. And I said to her, you know, you like this guy and stuff like that. She said to me, you know, Muhammad, he's there for me all the time, and he gives me without me having to ask. And that, she said to me, is very important, because if I want to start a family with someone, I want to see them being generous. I want to live a happy life. I don't want to live a life where I have to pay for everything, or, you know, I have to do this or I have to do that, really. If he's wanting to marry me and start a family with me, then that's what his part. He needs to play his part. So she made me understand what that was. So sesame oil will help a woman with deciding about which person to be with, okay? Because women sometimes they will have a few suitors that they need to decide from, each one. Sesame seed, like I said, protects work, and it protects spirituality. It protects spiritual items as well. If you put sesame seeds in them, the negative spirits will not mess with them. It protects children, so that's why they put sesame seed oil on the children, like I said, from all kinds of evil and negativity. Okay, there's a long list of things for children. I think maybe one day I'll make a video about it. Okay, because the health of the child in the early days, and the spiritual hygiene, not the physical hygiene, the spiritual hygiene is important as well. Okay, so sesame seeds are amazing, you guys, and there's so much you can do with them. Scatter them on your money, put them on your coin, put a plate and put some coins in it, and put some banknotes in it, and scatter sesame seeds on it. Scatter some sesame seeds in your safe, in your cash register if you have a shop or a business, in the corners of the home to protect the home as well. It protects the dwelling, the home, from monitoring spirits and spirits that come from far away to see what you're doing, or psychic people checking on you. Okay, can make make a person not visible to them, but that only works with prayer. Okay, Quran and or Bible or Torah or whatever your text that you read is, and it works with the mentioning of the Most High God's name, asking Him for protection through this. It's like with medication. The medication cures you, but if you pray whilst you're taking the medication, you get better sooner. Okay, and nobody notices this, you know. It has a strong, like we say, placebo effect on the body, and people can heal themselves even without medicines and things like that. With prayer is very powerful. And the holy books, Quran, for example, Quran is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we believe that that is why it is there, and it is the most powerful thing we believe to activate these things. And it can also, you can read other holy books if you feel like you want to. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. They've all come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in the opening ayat of the Quran, there is an ayah that says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله صدق الله العظيم. And we do not cause separation or segregation between any of his messengers and prophets. And that applies to the holy books they have come with and everything. No matter what you think of the holy books, they still have power because they've come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you read them with a good heart and pure niyyah, they will work for you as well. Okay, so Sesame Seed will work for any of these holy books. But we find that the Quran is the best one, obviously, because we believe in it 1,000,000,000,000%. Okay? I love you guys so much. I always feel amazing when I see someone has subscribed to the channel and there's a new addition, and I do a prayer for the person. And if anyone comments or shares, I also do prayers for you guys. And believe me, my prayers are like rockets. They go straight up. Okay? It's a well-known fact, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I say Alhamdulillah, okay? But it's a well-known fact, Alhamdulillah. I'm a normal person. I don't do anything different than anyone else. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sometimes He just chooses to spoil us with His mercy. And always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you according to His grace, not according to your deeds. Because nobody of us is better than the other or less with our deeds. Okay? It's only with taqwa, which is the fear of God that's in the heart. But people will fear God, but their instincts can weaken them. Okay, so it's the fear of God, and it's also with in Jannah and Jahannam. And may we never end up in hell. Ameen. May none of you end up in hell. May you all go to paradise, bismillah. People who are in paradise, they go in with God's mercy. They don't go in with their deeds. We do our best, obviously, and when God sees that, He gives mercy, obviously. But He can choose to give mercy to whoever He wishes. He only has eyes upon the actual nucleus of a person's heart and soul and spirit. He only knows if someone is good or bad. So we do not judge anyone. We keep our prayers open and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you according to His rahmah or grace and not according to your deeds, watch your blessings come. Because some people say, I go to the mosque every day, I do this, I do that, I give people sadaqah every day, and I said, nothing is happening for me, but look at that person, everything is happening for him. And the difference would be that that person asked God, admitted that he was wrong, and sat down and asked God to give him according to His mercy, and not according to that person's deeds. So no one should be just foolishly proud about what they do and think that they're better than other people because of what they do. It's only God's mercy that will give you the best of the best. So when you pray with any of these things, say, give me with your mercy, my Lord or my God. Yeah? You say, رَبِّ أَعْطِنِي بِرَحْمَتِكَ وَلَا بِأَعْمَالِي وَلَا بِأَفْعَالِي. Okay? وَلَا بِحَسَنَاتِي بِرَحْمَتِكَ على قدر رحمتك ولا على قدر أعمالي. Because our deeds are only through, say, for example, 100 years that we live or any time like that, yeah? But God's mercy is endless before and after that. Okay, so it's much bigger anyway than any deed anyone can do. Okay, so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us according to His mercy. And once you do that, believe me, I promise you, you will see the floodgates of everything you want open up in your life. Okay? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you all health, wealth, love, and happiness beyond your wildest dreams. May He guide you all to make the right decisions about the people that you want in your life and help you establish boundaries. May He transform all your negatives into positives, and may He infuse your hearts with His love and with His mercy and rahmah, okay, and grace, so that you are all beautiful, amazing people, and you get the best of the best. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in your next video. Fi amanillah. Any comments, suggestions, or anything like that, leave it below. Or any experiences you've had with sesame oil. And also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, you guys, so that the channel grows. And it is tawab for you guys. You will take this knowledge to more people, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give you more with His mercy, bi-iznillahi ta'ala, ajr wa thawab wa hasana, bi-iznillah. I love you guys so much. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad ala sahbihi ajma'in. See you soon.